What's up everyone, I'm Calamontos, and in today's video we got part 1 of 2 Great League Battle of Spice videos featuring 10 extremely spicy and entertaining battles. And I'll be honest, I could have put all the battles into one video, but I'm still waiting on one trainer to resend their snapshots so I can make a team graphic for their submission. So if you don't see your battle in this video and you submitted in the Open Great League, please do double check your emails so I can make that video as soon as possible. Anyways, there were definitely fewer submissions this season compared to a lot of the previous Battle of Spice competitions, especially in the Great League, because usually we get like even 40 or even 50 submissions. This time we got just barely 20, but I'm hoping that's due to the fact that I didn't advertise it in any videos over the weekend, as my phone was unfortunately broken, so I didn't make any videos. And whilst I made several community posts about it, a lot of people just don't see the community posts. So yeah, hoping that it is just the fact that not everyone knew that it was happening. But of course, I do host the Battle of Spice every single time we have a Go Battle event, so even if you don't see me announcing it, just assume it's going to happen, record your battle, and then try and find a link to submit it. But either way, let's just get into the question of the day. Aside from the Battle of Spice, are there any other GBL related competitions you'd like to see me host in future seasons? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. So going into the first battle, starting things off with the literal god Pokemon Shadow Bidoof running double legacy superpower and Shadow Ball, and I believe this is a level 50 Shadow Bidoof as well. We're gonna go straight for Shadow Ball into the Shadow Skarmory. Shadow Ball does respectable damage there. Unfortunately, they do fully steal Wing Farmers down, but that's pretty good for a Pokemon that doesn't even reach 800 CP. We're now gonna come in with a Shadow Apom, shielding up the Sky Attack, and we're able to get the Astonish Farm down there before they make it to a second charge move. We're gonna have Fire from Aerial Ace. The opponent comes in with a Poliwrath, but they're on Mud Shot, so we're gonna grab a shield, then swap into a Sand Attack Shadow Staravia. We're probably gonna shield the first move here. The opponent actually goes for Ice Punch, so of course, still gonna hit for super effective damage, but it won't debuff our attack, which is very nice. We're now gonna full send the Fly. Fly grabs the shield there, and at this point, we've got no shields remaining, so of course, gonna have to tank an Ice Punch, but Ice Punch actually does more damage than I was expecting, but they swap into a Shadow Flygon. We're going for Fly, number 2, that gets the full-on one-shot. We can swap back into our Shadow Apom, but the opponent just barely outpaces us to the charge move. The opponent goes for Ice Punch. Apom lives with 1 HP and a Dream, making it to the Swift. Swift will be enough damage to take out the Poliwrath, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, and the theme of this team is supposed to be like cereal box characters, so I think that's Tony the Tiger in the middle. Apparently this toucan's called Sam. I've never heard of that, and I don't actually know what the reboot is. I can't remember exactly, but either way, a pretty interesting, unique theme team here. And not a great lead for us, unfortunately. We do have Bullet Seed as the fast move, but unfortunately Bullet Seed just doesn't really do that much damage. We can go for a second Drill Peck here. Drill Peck doesn't really do enough damage there to put him into farm down range, so at this point I think we do have to just let Toucannon go down. Ice Beam gets the KO. We can come in with our Torracat here, and can we go for a full Ember farm down? No, we're not able to do so, but this should just be another Ice Beam. So of course, gonna no shield, it is resisted damage. We finally get that farm down there, and they come in with a Dugong, so not really ideal for us, but this might be the very common Azumarill, Dugong, and Alolan Sandshrew team, or sorry, Alolan Sandslash team here, in which case a second Fire type will be pretty good, and we get back-to-back crunch debuffs, which is pretty nice for us. We're definitely going to shield this. The opponent is going to go for the Drill Run, full sending it, and there is the Sandslash in the back. So you're going to go for 4 Fire Spins, firing off the Flame Charge here. Flame Charge, of course, double super effective, easily gets the KO there, and we're able to make it to another Flame Charge on the CMP up against the Dugong, and of course, already boosted, Flame Charge gets the KO, and we're able to take that game. Into the next battle, we've got a triple costume team here with the 2021 Glasses Slowbro, which is obviously a pretty old costume there. But either way, leading into Azumarill, unfortunately only resisted charge moves to throw, but we are resisting the bubble damage, so it's not the worst case scenario here. We're going to go for 2 Confusions, making sure to throw on good timing, and then firing off a Surf. And of course, Surf does cost slightly more energy this season, but it does do more damage. We're now going to swap into a Cake Hat Pikachu, which I actually have one of these myself, powered up all the way to level 50. The opponent comes in with a Guzzlord, unfortunately a complete wall to actually the entire team really, but we grab a shield with the Wild Charge there. Opponent may be thinking that like Pikachu Libre it has actually Flying Press, I don't know, but either way we can go for an Ice Beam. Ice Beam does connect as all shields are down, but they get a huge Dragon Tail farm down. We're now going to come in with the Rapidash, and the opponent throws on pretty awkward timing there, so we get a full Incinerate in there as the opponent throws. We're going to have to double shield here. The opponent will throw a second charge move. This time they go for a Sludge Bomb there, recognizing they're only making it to 1 more charge move. If they come back in with Azumarill, we do have the Wild Charge here, and we're going to throw immediately. I don't know if the Azumarill banked any energy there, but either either way, Wild Charge gets the KO. They come in with a Shadow for Alligator, but we're able to make it to another Wild Charge in time, winning CMP. Wild Charge gets the KO up against the Alligator. We even get a screenshot there just because we can, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, and we've got a Duck Duck Goose themed team here. I mean, obviously Swanna is a swan, not a goose, but it's pretty similar. We're running some pretty interesting charge moves as well. I think we just needed like a wide variety of coverage here. And we're also running Water Gun as the fast move on our Quaquaval. Once again, Wing Attack was nerfed this season, so Water Gun might be the way to go. We're going to go for an Aerial Ace there, grab a shield. At this point, we are going to no shield our Quaquaval. Poison Fang does big damage, and they can go for a full Poison Jab farm down. Now, hopefully we can come in with the Golduck and go for the Confusion farm down, and we're able to get that farm down. Unfortunately, not running Cross Shot though, which I think is preferred usually for Shadow Golduck. We go for a Psychic non-stab there, and it doesn't do that much damage. We also swap into our Shadow Swanna. Maybe should have stayed in and waited for them to throw a charge move, but either way we can shield up the Icy Wind and go for a full Water Gun farm down. They're going to come in with Azumarill as the third pick, so at this point we are running Fly, a very good charge move, but we are debuffed in our attack, so it doesn't really do that much damage here. So at this point we're going to have to shield this and potentially swap out here, maybe try and catch the next Ice Beam onto our Shadow Golduck and bank the energy so that when we're not debuffed we can throw it into the Azumarill, and we do just that, catching the charge move. Ice Beam gets the KO. We can now farm up to back-to-back Flies here, and Fly, if it doesn't quite get the KO here, it will be very close to taking out the Azumarill. We go for 2 extra Water Guns just to make sure we throw on the best timing possible. Fly doesn't get the KO, but 1 more Water Gun takes out Azumarill, and we're able to take that game. Into the next battle, we've got a very rare Shadow Pokemon in the lead, the Cowboy Hat Shadow Snorlax. This was only available during like, was it like Go Fest a few years ago? But either way, Shadow Snorlax, as you guys probably know, one of the rarest Shadow Grunts in the game right now. And of course, encountering one during the one specific weekend where it was able to have a cowboy hat was very tricky. But either way, we're going to swap into Drampa here. We don't really have a good response to a Miltank Say swap, especially if they are running Ice Beam. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention there, so I don't know if they just threw an Ice Beam or not. But either way, we are going to no shield the first charge move, or sorry, the second charge move there, but they do make it to back-to-back Body Slam. So at this point, we're going to let the Drampa go down here. Body Slam number 2 does take us out, but we can come in with Naganadel, get the Poison Jab farm down, and you can see we're running Sludge Bomb and Dragon Pulse, which is a very interesting moveset here. But if the opponent doesn't shield this Sludge Bomb is going to do huge damage. We now swap into Shadow Snorlax, catching the charge move. Very nice play there, but the opponent will undercharge that, which is also a very smart play, but we're still able to make it to a Body Slam. And Body Slam at this point might even grab a shield. It does grab a shield. They swap back into Levani, and they get a full Shadow Claw farm down, which is very nice for them. Not ideal for us, but they're probably only running Leaf Blade and X-Scissor. They go for the Leaf Blade there, and they need to go for X-Scissor. X-Scissor is single resisted. Leaf Blade is double resisted. It is a better move, but we get the Poison Jab farm down. And honestly, I couldn't figure out why we're running Dragon Pulse, but I guess it's for the BM here. Throwing it just because we can, showing off that we're throwing the higher energy charge move, taking out the Dunsparce, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we've got a level 50 shiny Bellsprout here. Might be a Shundo, I don't know, I can't remember from the submission. But either way, gonna go straight for a Power Whip. Power Whip does some decent damage into a very bulky Pokemon in Umbreon. We're gonna no shield. The opponent is running Psychic, which is definitely not ideal for us. And we are running such an interesting moveset on our Shadow Excelgor, running Acid Spray and Focus Burst. So it's either go big or go for a very underwhelming bait here. But we're gonna go for the Acid Spray. We need to grab a shield here. Acid Spray does grab the shield, which is huge for us, but we still can't take them out with an Acid Spray. We need to go for a Focus Blast, which is pretty unfortunate there, but the opponent swaps into a Whiscash, so now we are full sending the Focus Blast. Focus Blast goes unshielded, it does huge damage, and we actually get a Charge Beam snipe with our Musharna here. And we're actually not even going to farm up to the potential Fairy move. I don't even know what Fairy move this runs here. But either way, going to grab the final shield. The opponent is going to go for a foul play. Honestly, I thought at one point that maybe they were a single move Umbreon running just Psychic. But either way, we go for a Side Shot. We actually go for a strategic undercharge there to get more energy on our Excelgor to get a Water Shuriken farm down. But the opponent can unfortunately swap out. But they swap into Meganium. We don't have Bug Buzz, but it just does not matter. Focus Blast gets the one shot there, and can we Water Shuriken farm them down? Yes, we're able to do so, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, got a triple Shadow team here leading Morpeko, or into Morpeko with our Shadow Galvantula. Now, we could technically no-shield this. It would do quite a lot of damage. They actually go for a Psychic Fangs. If they went for Aura Will, despite being resisted, honestly, it would very nearly one-shot us anyways. Wait, what the heck? Why are we going for Discharge up against a Dragon-type Pokemon? That makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, I'm genuinely baffled by some of the plays here already in this battle, and even more so as they go for a Power Whip. What is going on right now? Unless they're running like Power Whip and Draco Meteor, I'm so confused. But either way, we get the farm down. We are running Sludge for coverage, so not running Brutal Swing here, which means Sludge will actually hit for neutral damage and probably threaten a shield because Morpeko is just incredibly glassy. Unfortunately, they do outpace us to the next move. Psychic Fangs gets the KO there. I would have come in with Obstagoon since we're going to completely wall their moveset now as they swap into the dark form of Aura Will, but we grab a shield and then we swap out. I personally wouldn't shield this either, but we're going to shield anyways. They go for Aura Will. They are going to probably swap. Nope, never mind. They're not going to swap. And they've got Azumarill in the back. Now, unfortunately, not running Gunk Shot as coverage, but we do have Hyper Beam, and this is a Shadow Obstagoon. This is Stab Hyper Beam. It does huge damage there up against the Azumarill. The opponent does go for a very nice overfarm, though. They're going to fire off the charge move. Play rough, gets the KO. But one more Volt Switch takes out the Azumarill, and despite the very questionable plays throughout the battle, we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we're going to see a level 50 Purified Pidgeotto here into Azumarill. Going to no-shield the first charge move as the opponent goes straight for Ice Beam here. And unfortunately, because of the Wii Attack nerf, we don't even make it to the return. That is not a good start for us whatsoever. Going to come in with our Shiny Scyther though, and we are running Trailblaze, so that's good news for us. Going to have to shield up the Ice Beams, of course, as Scyther probably going to be slightly glassier than the Pidgeotto. We're now going to go and fire off a Trailblaze, grabbing a shield from the Azumarill, and they do just barely outpace us to the next charge move. So at this point, definitely going to have to double shield here. We should be over farming as much as possible, and I think we're also running, I think Bug Buzz might be a legacy move on Scyther. But either way, Trailblaze grabs the final shield, and we make it to another Trailblaze. That's absolutely huge. This is going to be triple boosted now as we take out Azumarill, and they come in with a Whiscash. Oh no, trainer, what are you doing? What on earth have you got in the back? They go for a Mud Bomb. That's triple resisted. We should overfarm as much as possible. Gonna throw just before they make it to the next charge move. Trailblaze gets the KO. We are now quad boosted, and they come in with a Alola Exeggutor. So actually, they probably should have just came in with this thing anyways, but we're able to make it to the Aerial Ace on our Shadow Xatu, and Xatu takes out the Exeggutor, and we're able to take that game. Into the next battle, we've got Heatmor in the lead up against a Bite Crobat, which is a very interesting pick. We're going to go straight for Thunder Punch here. Thunder Punch might catch them off guard, but nope, the opponent does end up using their shield. They're going to swap into a Water Gun Vaporeon, and I don't actually know the elo of this battle, but usually when you see an evolution that isn't Umbreon or Sylveon, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to be quite a low rank. But either way, we are going to no shield here. They've only got Water Charge moves or possibly Last Resort, but they go for Hydro Pump, and that does big damage there. We can now just about make it to another Acid Spray. Acid Spray goes unshielded. But unfortunately, we've got two Pokemon that are weak to water. We do get the Tackle Farm down with a level 50, 100% IV Shadow Phanpy, which is such a cool flex. We're now going to swap back into our Heatmor, go for a Thunder Punch into the Crobat coming back in. Thunder Punch grabs the final shield there, and the opponent throws at the last possible second. This is so unnecessary, and especially going for a Sludge Bomb there. I don't really know what's going on at this point, but either way, we get the Tackle Farm down, and they've got a Confusion Alakazam in the back. So honestly, the opponent also running some Spice. We go for a Trailblaze. Trailblaze does big damage. We make it to a second Trailblaze, and of course, already boosted, Trailblaze will be enough damage to eventually, when it does connect, take out the Alakazam, and we're able to take that game. Now going into the final battle of this video, I do believe, we are going to be running Taurus in the lead up against a Flygon and another Trailblaze user, and probably another Trailblaze user that you've never seen in the Go Battle League, as we're running Taurus here. Taurus also has access to Iron Head, which is a pretty interesting combination. We're going to go straight for Trailblaze here. We just barely hang on. Trailblaze doesn't really do much damage as it is non-stab, but we can come in with our Butterfree, go for a Confusion Farm down, but not before they make it to another charge move. So they're going to no-shield. They go for Scorching Sands, which is triple resisted there, but they're going to come in with Dunsparce, and that is awful for us, as of course we do take double super effective damage from the rock typing there being a bug and a flying type Pokemon. But we come in with our level 50 Machop. We're going to go straight for these cross chops. Cross chops dealing huge damage here, but the opponent will just barely make it to back-to-back Hydro Cannons if this Karate Chop doesn't get the KO. And Hydro Cannon is going to be shielded, and they do just barely hang on there, which is very unfortunate for us. We kind of have to shield at this point, so we're going to shield up the next Hydro Cannon. They come back in with Dunsparce, and now we can permanently debuff them with a Brick Break. So Brick Break grabs the shield, it drops their defense, and we make the catch there. If we've just caught a Drill Run, that's going to be insane. And it is the Drill Run. Drill Run is going to be triple resisted even versus the double super effective Rock Slide. They have to go for Rock Slide this time around, which they do. But now we can come back in with Machop. We drop their defense. So of course, a Cross Chop, pretty decent move here. Cross Chop gets the KO up against the Dunsparce, and we take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you want to take your support even further, you can now become a channel member with perks including early access to new videos, shoutouts at the end of each video, custom loyalty badges, and custom emojis to use in the comments. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has already become a channel member. Your support is greatly appreciated, and with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.